Larry Hoover was born on November 30th, 1950, in Jackson, Mississippi. He is the founder of the Chicago street gang, the Gangster Disciples. Larry and his mother moved to Chicago, Illinois when he was just 4 years old. At age 13, Hoover dropped out of school and joined a gang called the Supreme Gangsters. He rose in the ranks of the gang, showing fierce leadership and resilience. Hoover was formerly associated with Gangster Disciple Lieutenant Marion Taylor. In 1969, Hoover and David Barksdale called a truce and decided to combine both of their respective rival gangs, the Supreme Gangsters and the Black Disciples. David Barksdale died in 1974 due to kidney failure stemming from an injury in a 1970 shooting. Hoover took over the gang and deemed himself the chairman. At the time, the Disciples had control of Chicago's South Side turf. Under Hoover's rule, the Black Disciples gang took over the majority of Chicago's drug trade. While incarcerated in 1978, Hoover formed the Folk Nation, which added all gangs in his personal likeness and interests to relate to the BGDN. In 1973, Larry Hoover's life would change forever. On the evening of February 26, William Pookie Young, a 19-year-old neighborhood drug dealer, was abducted and later shot in the back of the head. His body was found in the alley near 68th Street and Union Ave in Inglewood, a neighborhood in Southside Chicago. His killing was ordered by Hoover after his name was mentioned as one of the 3 people accused of robbing him 6 days earlier. On March 16, 1973, Hoover, along with Young's killer, Black Disciple member Andrew Howard, were both arrested. In November 1973, Howard and Hoover were both charged with murder and sentenced to life imprisonment plus 200 years.
He's claimed he's a changed man who is no longer violent. Today, police spent about 2 hours combing through the records of Save the Children on the South Side. They seized half a dozen cardboard boxes and file cabinets of financial records and also $7,000 in cash. Police say the charity organization has legitimate operations, but they also believe it is a front for an effort to get Hoover out of jail. Police believe that Hoover has been running drug trafficking in the city of Chicago from his jail cell, and that potential tax law violations may be a way to dismantle the gang. Police also went to the home of Hoover's wife, Wendy Jenkins, where they also just took some records.
While in prison for murder, on August 22, 1995, after a 17-year undercover joint investigation by the Chicago Police Department and the FBI, Hoover was indicted for conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, drug-related offenses, and continued to engage in a criminal enterprise. In 1997, Hoover was found guilty on all charges. He was sentenced to 3 additional life terms in federal prison. He's currently being held in the ADX Florence in Fremont County, Colorado.